Let me start by listing everything you need to start making money in graphic designing. A PC or a phone. If you have one of those two, congratulations, you're ready to watch the rest of this video. I'll be honest, in the beginning, I started with a cracked phone. It was a Techno that didn't have the power button. I was around 16. It wasn't one of the best startups, but it was essential to keep my boat afloat. At the time, I literally started DMing tons of people until I finally got my first positive reply. It was from someone looking to get a logo designed for his company. And being a tech fancy guy as I am, I accepted the job without even knowing how I would actually go around starting the actual job, even less what I was supposed to design. But I winged it, and to my surprise, he actually said I did a marvelous job. How much did he pay you guys? Not a dime. He actually didn't pay me at all, but ended up ghosting me soon after he received the design. But it sparked something in me, so much so that it gave me that tad bit of confidence that I was looking for. Then knowing how to advance with the next customers that I was already thinking about achieving at the time. And then I moved on. It hurt, but I moved on. And I was able to start graphic designing through it. Long story short, I ended up finding clients that were actually also looking for my services and appreciated the job I did. But they actually delivered on what they promised. And in some cases, I even got a bit more in tips, in thank yous, and in gifts. And that was my gateway to saving just a bit each time to be able to afford my laptop. That's when I actually started skyrocketing. How I started seeing graphic design at the time was just the ability to whip up a logo, fancy colors, and put some text to the side according to the client's taste. If they were happy, who are we to judge? Like every job or service, graphic design is deeper than what seems at face value. I was dumbfounded when I grew a bit more experience in the area, and the more I advanced, it started to look like an iceberg. The more you learn, the more you figure out that there's more to be learned. Some examples of deeper things are like color theory, compositions, typography, and so much more. The thing is, you firstly don't need to know everything at once. These things usually take time and effort to learn, and your mindset should be in consistent learning mode so you can level up and overall bring value to the customer and to yourself. By value to yourself, I actually mean cash. So how do you start drafting and making designs for your clients? It's simple. I'll firstly start talking about the app I used on my phone, that it served its purpose quite well. It's called Pixel. I used it on an Android phone, and I can't vouch for iPhones or iOS because I haven't used any. But feel free to leave some suggestions on the comments below and let's help each other out. So if you have a PC, that's better yet. There's a whole slew of softwares you can use ranging from paid to free, depending on your starting process. Some of the free ones that work fantastic are Canva, Figma, and Photopea, and some others that aren't coming to mind now, but those are very nice, beginner friendly, and a good way to have designs in different formats and to provide your clients with a bit of professionalism and be versatile when they want different formats and things like that. And the paid one that's my favorite and I vouch for is the Adobe family. I generally use Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop for different reasons, but there's also Premiere Pro, there's also After Effects, and there's a whole lot more than you wouldn't even know. You see this? This is called Adobe Media Code. Do you know what it's for? But if you're starting out, I advise you to keep your spendings on the low, since you should always be looking for ways to reinvest your gains back into your business, so it's guaranteed you make back your cash in the future. Then you can splurge. But what if they want you to make crazy designs? Well, the short answer is deliver to the best of your ability. The thing is, it's always doable. It's always doable if you put enough time and effort into it. Sometimes it takes hours, other times it takes years. One thing I advise that I wish I did more when I started in this process is polishing my skills. So much so I can notice certain design types and certain templates and fonts I can recur to, certain typographies and certain names. That helps you in your process in the long term. And adding into my portfolio as well would have helped me a lot, because some of the art styles that they wanted, or some of the design styles that they wanted, I didn't really like doing. So instead of going to my type of designs, they expected me to make a Mona Lisa. Nowadays, it's easier to provide high quality work by utilizing mockup. You can usually find them on sites like Freepik, where with one search you can find professional looking templates that other designers make, and you literally just have to tailor it to your liking. And should I remember that you get paid for that? So to you asking, how do I start? Listen up. What you have to do is start, even if it's today. Just start. Download the app, have it on your phone. You might not start designing today, watch some tutorials on YouTube, and I guarantee that one of these days you will pick it up and it will be like second nature. What I have to say is, F it till you M it. Instead of just applying it to fake it till you make it, use a variant that suits you best, like fixate it till you materialize it, or force it till you monetize it. The possibilities are endless, but you get the idea. Creating your portfolio is the first step. The social media or the platform that you choose to post your portfolio on depends on you. But logical options are Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, freelance websites, and so on. It's easier to have a client be able to see what you're capable of doing for them, so when they contact you, they actually already like your work, and the odds of landing the job is higher. I advise you in the beginning to charge low, just so you gain some self-confidence and you know how the market works. Since clients can generally feel when people aren't standing on business and actually have doubts in the services they provide and whatnot. Eventually, after you develop a system and basis, I guarantee that even your old clients would have no worries having to pay a bit extra in the future jobs that you guys might have together. But that only happens if the jobs are good quality and desirable. But this is the most important part for success and for all of this to work. You should always be learning new techniques and ways to make your job easier and maximize productivity in a way that you can satisfy your clients and to be able to focus on other clients with less space for revisions and whatnot. If you're starting out broke like me, I guarantee you that everything you need to know is somewhat free information and can be found on YouTube, Reddit, Discord, books, and ebooks, audiobooks, a whole slew of places. Paying for courses comes more in the future, but I'll be honest, it's usually not worth it. It's generally packed with NPC information that they also found for free. So when do I start? Effective immediate. After having at least 9 designs, it might be good in your eyes now, but I guarantee you in the future you'll look back and you'll see it as a stepping stone for a bigger future. After having the designs done, add them to your portfolio. Now you're ready to start cold outreaching, which is basically looking and contacting small businesses. I usually use Instagram, but you can use any social media or platform of your choice. Then you're going to be sharing your availability and show them that you can provide them value. If I get 50 likes on this video, I'll be sure to make a video going in depth in this process and how you can get your first customer. But you never know. Sometimes a client is just one message or just one post away. There's no better time to start than now. My takeaway on this is you should mainly be paying attention in one platform at a time. You wouldn't want to spread your line too thin. You might end up suffering of burnout or start feeling overwhelmed. It's too much work with minimal results in the first place. So pick a platform and stick to it, evolve on it, and adapt to it. I advise you to pick social media since nowadays people are usually scrolling there somewhat unaware, and when they find something that benefits them, they tend to be less hostile since they're in a space they consider safe for them, other than being in a place where you're fighting for competition and everyone's trying to sell this and sell that. This might be the single aspect that might make it so that all of the other things discussed here can make you arrive at the spot you're dreaming of getting. I can't stress enough how consistency and keeping a positive mindset is important, because even if you make one design every week, by the end of the month you have 4 designs. Better that than nothing. Watch this video about the power of consistency.